Welcome to another episode of Flash Fiction. Flash Zellow. Fiction done fast. Oh well. No one ever watches this part of the stream anyways. Hello there, welcome back. Sorry I'm a little bit late. I needed to actually eat lunch today because by the time I finished stream yesterday, my lunch was entirely cold. It occurs to me now, however many episodes in we are, I think it's 13, it occurs to me now that scheduling the stream to be right when I eat lunch, or like if I'm in a vacuum and I'm not going to work, I have a day off, this is like the exact time that I'm like, oh, I should have food. And for some reason, I never think about it until I'm like, oh shit, I gotta get to the stream. Oh no. So, you know. Oh, I'm a mess. And that's okay. So, we're gonna do the thing we do where we wait a few minutes, see if anyone rolls in. That's the thing that, yeah. I don't know what other streamers do. I don't really... Okay, so I'm not slagging off on Twitch, but it's never been the platform for me. Huh. Alright, that was weird. I don't know if you could hear the car. It was a big truck that just drove down the road. The two guys in it were just... I don't even know if they were arguing. They were making noise. It was strange. So, I don't remember what I was saying. Oh, not trying to slag off on Twitch. I think Twitch is great. I personally have a really hard time using it. Two things. One, I'm just kind of ADD, so like... Okay, I want to be cautious about saying that. I'm not diagnosed, so I don't want to be one of those guys who's like, well, I am a little, you know... I have a hard time focusing. That's a better way to say it. I have a hard time focusing, and as a result, live streams are very hard for me because I have to like bounce around. And a live stream, I feel like I have to stick with it, and that's very hard for me. The other side of it is that Twitch is incomprehensible, and there are communities and rules and faux pas, and I don't understand any of them. So, but... for the idea I had for Flash Zellow, this seemed like the best possible place. And on top of that, it's a place where it's really hard to build an audience, right? What was doubly... I lost my train of thought again. I wanted to do something writing related, and I kind of wanted to do it in a place that was separate from platforms I already used a lot. So, what's the old saying? Don't shit where you eat kind of thing. So, like, I really like YouTube. I hang out on Twitter, those kinds of places. And so Twitch was something I got to come at exclusively for this project. Alright, gotta put my phone on Do Not Disturb, because I know no one here is terribly interested in being disturbed. Ooh, Are you? Are you down? Down with the sickness? Ooh, Anyways. Alright, well, we got one viewer! That's what it's telling me, at least. We got one viewer! Which is technically an audience. Which is enough for me. So let's look at the prompts we got. We got a bit of a late start today. Hello! Hello, one viewer. How's it going? I'm gonna have to remind myself that, like, 30 seconds from now, I'm gonna get a response that says, good! And I'm gonna go, what? Oh, the timing on that couldn't have been better. I don't know what that means. Bunch of horizontal lines stacked on top of each other. What code is this? I do not understand your internet lingo. Well, why don't you try and explain to me a joke that I should just otherwise get? I'm going to read these prompts and check back in, okay? Post-apocalypse, 2097, and radiation has evolved animals to gain heightened brain capabilities. Lone survivor has to navigate through a cityscape overrun by radiated raider animals. So I've been sitting on this one for a little while just because I haven't figured... Some of these are pretty straightforward, and this, I feel, is one of them. And I'm just... Every time I read this one, all I can picture is one specific level out of The Last of Us 2. And I'm, not a good or bad thing, just the fact that I haven't yet thought of something that, like, feels uniquely me about this prompt. Technically, you could say the same thing about the werewolf prompt. I don't feel anything that's uniquely me because I feel something that is uniquely half of my friends. So, werewolf plus gun equals revenge. Werewolf minus gun equals romance. Werewolf times gun equals mechawolf. And werewolf divided by gun equals dead wolf. One of these days I'm going to have to just... I'm just gonna have to... You know what? Fuck it. I have an idea for the werewolf's gun story. Okay? You happy now? He said to no one. Okay, but first I'm gonna finish reading through these, because that's what we do. I can't break from tradition. A linen pants enthusiast crosses paths with a linen pants salesman. Little did they know, aliens are about to invade, but perhaps they are also linen pants enthusiasts? See, the real question here is, are these the same aliens that ate poor Bradley on his bus? Who knows? A picture frame goes missing, only to end up in another person's apartment. Why do they want it? I mean, have you ever tried to find a picture frame that fits exactly? I mean, so many of the things I have framed don't actually fit. Like, oh, do I dare reveal the mess of the room by moving the webcam to reveal... Okay, no, I think I got this. I think I can show it without showing anything too terrible. Like, these two are lovely art pieces done by chat user LittleDruid7, and for months I have been trying to find frames that fit it perfectly, and that's the closest I've gotten. Which is better than when I had them in before, so, there's that. Is this just what the picture frame prompt is going to turn into? Is it just going to be me going, no, do you understand how difficult it is? It's the perfect size! It's a magic picture frame that is the perfect size. Wars will be fought over it. This is why I read these out loud, by the way. This is where most of my ideas come from. Anyways. Alright, so I'm hanging out with my COVID pod, and the crowd suggestion is a line of dialogue. How many eggs? Rough estimate. The story of a French omelette from start to finish from the perspective of the egg. An exploration of class warfare and inequality that takes place night in the museum style in a big furniture outlet store between sentient pieces of furniture. No humans allowed. Think Snowpiercer, but in an RC Willy. Man, Snowpiercer was so fucking good. Chris Evans is such a talented actor, and as much as I loved his performance as Captain America, there is almost a part of me that's like, so relieved that he's done, just so he can go back to doing weird roles in movies like Snowpiercer or Knives Out, where it's like, oh, he's not just a, straight good guy. Good dude? Whatever. A 3-word prompt: eggplant, furious, and catastrophe. Catastrophe. Anyways, Sarah sat down at the table and smiled to her wife. She smiled back, those beautiful crystalline blues bright against the dusky tones of her skin. Sarah's heart hitched. She loved that grin, the way Jamie's nose flared, the crinkle at the sides of her eyes, that faint, playful mirth that brought Sarah alive. Oh God, Jamie was so alive. It's time, Jamie said, her voice calm and even as she placed a kitchen knife on the table. It's time to kill me. It's time to Digivolve! Agumon, Digivolve 2! Greymon, Greymon, Digivolve 2! Metal Greymon! And then you just get the Warp Digimon. Anyways. War Greymon! Digimon. Digi. I will die on this hill. Digimon, of the three like big popular anime that were happening in the 90s, Digimon had the best show, and you cannot change my mind. Pokemon had the best probably the best video games and the best card game. No, wait, no. What did I just say? Pokemon had the best video game and theme song, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Had the best card game. It's fine, I'm awake. I like this very beautiful lesbian story about murder, and I'm sitting over here going, anime? 90s anime! That's where my brain's at. An angel convinces a demon to go good. What is the demon's first attempt at goodness? Does it work? Or the opposite, a demon convinces an angel to go evil. What's the angel's first evil deed? I really like this one. I want to sit with it for a hot second and figure out kind of what angle I want to approach it from. Someone is parked in front of my house. Oh, it's a male person. Doesn't look like anything I desperately want. Okay. No, it's fine. Alright, so those are the 10 prompts we have to work from. I already said I'm going to try. We're going to run with werewolves. Werewolves will be fun, indeed. So, for anyone who's new here, I don't know if you are, I use a pretty neurotic outlining. It's this. And then I just write them up right here. Should I go check the mail? No, it should be fine. Should be fine. Okay. I need 3 characters. I need a werewolf. What was the name of the character in the original Wolfman? Wolfman. This isn't the original. This is... Okay. Blackmore. Blackwell? We're gonna... Blackwell is gonna be our character's name. So... Okay. Okay. I'm gonna try and play this as straight as possible, based on the prompt. Blackwell turns into a werewolf. This is our character. Now we're gonna do... But... Okay. Oh no. Oh god. Why did you do this to me? Like, obviously it's really nice when people give me it's really nice when people give me really nice juicy prompt, like some of the ones I got, like you know, the surgery where the surgeon's ashing his cigarette in the skull of the person he's operating on, doing brain surgery on. So, you know, stuff like that where you're like, oh my gosh, that's so vivid, that's so interesting, this is gonna be great. And then you guys give me a prompt like this, and I'm just like, there's, you know, it's basically like grabbing, you know, an Oscar award-winning prestige actor and just asking them to do... Okay, that's a really pompous comparison, but like asking somebody who's very talented to do the dumbest possible version of the thing. Okay, so here's how the outline shakes out. Blackwell turns into a werewolf, but complication: werewolf plus gun equals revenge. So we're gonna say a man with a gun arrives seeking revenge. Therefore, crisis werewolf minus gun equals romance. Blackwell is saved by his romantic partner. Werewolf times gun equals mechawolf. And we're back to Digimon. Metal Garurumon! I don't even want to guess how to spell Garurumon. Mechawolf. Therefore, catastrophe. Therefore, catastrophe. Okay, who's the man with the gun? Holtz. That's the name we're going with. Saved by his romantic partner. Shit. I need an old-sounding woman's name. Is this... Huh. Romantic partner. Delilah! By his Delilah. Assumes a gun and fuses with it. Therefore becoming mechawolf. Holtz. Janice would have been good too. I definitely just looked at my bookcase right next to my chair and went, yeah, I've got a book by Delilah, someone named Delilah, sure. Okay, Holtz. Wrenches the gun away. Back? I don't entirely understand the mechanics of the story I've been tasked with writing. Which kills Blackwell. You know, okay, we're just gonna dive into this. I don't think there's too much more commentary to even be made about this particular story. It's... Okay, arrives with a gun, seeking revenge. For people who weren't there for the original, when this prompt was first thrown at me, it was, I believe it was like a week or two ago. It was probably like 2 weeks ago. And each line of this was a different person in chat. So the first person said, werewolf plus gun equals revenge. And then like 2 or 3 other people just started piling on and adding the other layers. Which is why it is the way it is. Because it is progressive, and all 3 of these guys, fine gentlemen, was just fucking with me. Because that's what friends do, right? Right? Anyways, This sounds like the synopsis of a 4-book series that will turn into a 5-movie box office hit. Oh no! Of all the short stories I write, this is going to be the one with silver screen potential. Oh. Scarlet Fury, anyone in the chat, tell me. Who is going to be the brooding, pretty actor who's going to play Blackwell? I mean, Robert Pattinson's already escaped into doing, more prestige. I mean, I guess Batman's prestige, but he did a lot of indie films, so we need the next Robert Pattinson. Henry Cavill. I don't know if Little Druid's in the chat, but their favorite. Henry Cavill is their favorite. It's great. So Henry Cavill. So our werewolf, Henry Cavill. Okay. Why not? Why not? Hey, Scarlet Fury, it just occurred to me. Didn't you once tell me that I made a frightfully good werewolf? Oh, what was that? Where was this? Why do I remember this? I did a thing. Obviously, I did a thing. I did a werewolf. I think. I did a werewolf. I think. Fucking put that on my tombstone. You and our man make great supernatural creatures. Hot. Okay. Hair sprouted across his forearm until he... what word am I? Was it at the Brexit? Sorry, I'm still trying to remember this werewolf thing. It was like an improv game, and or like a pantomime game, and it was at the it was at that place across the street from the high school, right? It was like the kind of like a rec center, entertainment center. It was next to Smoker's Hill. That's all I remember. And I think a bunch of theater kids were there, and we were doing a pantomime game, and someone gave me, like, werewolf, and I, like, fucking went ape shit and, like, chased someone around. I, like, bounced off a wall at one point. I was a very, like, aggressively active teenager. Anyways. I did not seem to love his life. His bride to be. He only saw prey. You're struggling to remember this. If you're struggling to remember this, and I'm struggling to remember this, who are... No. I know this happened. I know it did. And I can prove it, I think. Yes, this is where we are now. We are pausing posts. November 19th, 2010, you're scary good at being a werewolf. To which I said, it's all my method acting. Anyways, I'm so glad we gained a viewer for just in time for that. Of a long gun. No, down anyone else. Get to that later. Sure. That's a thing werewolves can do. Oh, fuck this prompt. I love it for its silliness, but I'm struggling. So far, it's been just very straightforward. You know, this is at least an opportunity to discuss story structure. Because this has definitely happened in my novels. This has never happened here on Zellow, where I get to the end and I go, I don't have enough time to do anything with this. And normally what I would do with a novel is I just move whatever I don't have left. I just find a way to move it over to the next chapter, and I just kind of I try and make it kind of a cliffhanger. And here I don't have that. Okay. And that's one of the unfortunate things about this kind of story structure is it forces me to be very particular, and sometimes I fuck that up. It happens. Believe it or not, I'm not perfect. So I guess I could move some of these. Yeah, test. Oh, okay. Wait. Again, the thing about the... Maybe I went too literal. Whatever. It's fine. another story! I hated that. It's fine. It's fine. You're not gonna like everything you write, and that's also one of the important things about this process, is you don't have to like everything you do, you just have to do it. And then you get to make it better later. Alright. Run back! Blackwell roared as his incisors elongated. Get away! It was too late. He was far too gone as pain swept through him, sending him crashing to his knees, just as they began to elongate, tearing through his tailored trousers. His shoulders bulged, ripping his tweed jacket. Thick, wiry hair sprouted across his form, coating him in a thick layer of fur. When Blackwell, the werewolf, looked up at Delilah, he did not see the love of his life, his bride-to-be. He only saw prey. Quivering, shaking, delicious prey. You'd best be moving along, little lady, Holt said, stepping out of the shadows, sweeping back his oiled coat to reveal the barrel of a hunting rifle. There was no doubt the bullets inside were silver. There was no doubting what Holtz intended to do. Ever since his daughter, ever since a foul creature just like this had taken her from him. He raised the rifle. I have an idea to make this even. His enchanted rifle. It's a magic gun, damn it! There's no doubt the bullets inside were silver. There's no doubting what Holtz intended to do. Ever since a foul creature just like this had taken her from him, he raised the magic rifle and aimed down its sights. Blackwell turned his yellow wolf eyes on the hunter and growled, "Oh god, I just realized I've been watching Lindsay Ellis's Omegaverse lawsuit videos. If anyone wants to watch something not safe for work, go watch that. It's wolf porn. Anyways." Blackwell turned his yellow wolf eyes on the hunter and growled, baring long fangs. That would have been a very different ending to this story. Holt squeezed the trigger. Delilah slammed into him, throwing off his aim. The bullet went wide, and the gun spilled out across the virgin snow. Blackwell charged for the gun on all fours, his hackles raised. Clawed fingers lifted the weapon into the air, and the werewolf consumed it down to its very essence. When Holtz and Delilah looked up, the wolf before them was no longer lined with fur, but plated in shining armor that glinted in the moonlight. "It's over, Holtz," Blackwell's mechanized voice declared. "I'm RoboCop." "Never!" the hunter cried, tearing the gun's essence out of Blackwell. The mechawolf howled as its life was wrenched from it. He grabbed the hunter in both metal hands and crushed the life from him. As he felt the end drawing near, the last human thought Blackwell the mechawolf had was thus: "At least my dearly beloved will be safe." I'm not gonna lie, guys, I fucking hate this. But again, it's all part of the process. Thank you. Thank you for the applause. It's not that bad. It's just, it didn't come together. Like, this is the other downside of using this kind of storytelling structure. Some stories just don't fit it. And that's one of the things that I would never deny. I like using the structure because it forces me to make decisions. Everything has to be intentional. There's a Rotten Tomatoes on Twitter did an interview with Lin-Manuel Miranda about Hamilton. Alright, I got it that way. And it was just him talking about the song My Shot. And the thing that hit me the most about it was every moment of that song, Lin-Manuel Miranda could go, "Oh yeah, the reason I did that was this." There was intention behind it. So when using my structure, it basically never lets me take for granted what I'm writing. Everything has to fit. Everything has to move to link up to the next point and the next point and the next point, which tends to give my stories a pretty intense pace, almost like a thriller, even if it's not. Because every moment is building into this next idea and this next idea and this next idea. And that works for me. That, and sometimes it doesn't work. And I think this is an instance where obviously they're just, like, as silly as the concept itself is, there wasn't enough time dedicated to the mechawolf, And you know, I kind of was like, oh well, you know, maybe it's like, you know, it's so silly that it will work. And again, there's nothing necessarily wrong with it, but I definitely, when I come back to edit these, and I have some thoughts about that. If when I come back to edit these, I would definitely like to spend just a little bit more time. I like the idea that it's actually a magic gun that's enchanted in order to, you know, something werewolves. But I like the idea of it, of the gun becoming the, you know, the mechawolf part, and then, you know, at the end they kill each other. That doesn't bother me. I just think it was so abrupt and so sudden that even for me it was a bit hard to swallow. But I think actually there is enough here, even for such a silly little prompt, that I am kind of fond of it now that I have had time to kind of get the cringe out of my system, so to speak. So this is a masterpiece. Lil Druid, I don't know if you were here when we were talking about how Blackwell if you look up in the chat, Scarlet Fury was saying that Blackwell obviously has to be Henry Cavill when they make this into a movie. So, who do you think, if Henry Cavill is Blackwell in the five movie series, who should play the hunter Holtz? Who should be the one hunting Henry Cavill? Who would have the steamiest, you know, homosexual energy? Just, I mean, really though. Sorry, I'm just thinking about Jasker. Yasker? Shit. Oh no, the Bard. He would be a terrible hunter, but man, their chemistry was so great. Anyways. So, sorry, I just started thinking about Jensen Ackles. Jensen Ackles as the wounded hunter with a dark past. I think they'd smolder well together. I'm like, oh, I gotta write this now. I've never done. It's my time. It's my time to do romance. Anyways, homoerotic. Ah, so good. Anyways, I'm glad you guys got to go on this journey with me, right? Aren't you all glad you were here? Okay. Alright, so we've done 24 stories now. And it updated over here on the flash on the blog. Andrew Scott. Oh no, I don't remember. Who is Andrew Scott? Andrew, is that Moriarty? That is Moriarty. Okay. I mean, he's yeah, that works. Right. All right. Andrew Scott. That works. I've never seen him. Have I seen him in anything other than Sherlock? I know I've seen him in something else. I can't think of it. Okay. Okay. We should just make Delilah a boy as well. Why not? Just... This is obviously the exact kind of story that Tumblr would love. Like Tumblr circa 2013. Okie dokie. So, where else, are we doing? Right. Well, since it's the only thing that I had any ideas for when we were reading these out loud earlier, I feel like I gotta go with the weird picture frame. Okay, so for anyone who wasn't there quite yet, this damn chair. Anyone want to throw me some money so I can get a new computer chair? God damn it! Okay. Am I still on camera? Okay. Oh, it's fine. You gotta just reset. The picture frame goes missing, only to end up in another person's apartment. Why do they want it? What complication? Therefore, crisis. But reversal. Therefore, catastrophe. Oops. Okay, so I want to do... Gotta do... What do I got? We're gonna do 2 characters. We're gonna do Lindsay and Victoria. Victoria visits her good friend Lindsay's house. Obviously, this is not set in the COVID cinematic universe, because socialization is still a thing that these women can do. This is a post-COVID world where everything is better. Somewhere that's green. Victoria visits her good friend Lindsay's house. She notices... Oh, it's an apartment. She notices a picture frame that went missing. Okay. Is magic. It's magic. It went missing and ends up in another person's apartment. Why do they want it? Because it's magic. How do you like them apples? Sorry, I was still thinking about who I would cast in the last one, and it just occurred to me that Matthew Mercer has to be there somewhere. For anyone who knows Matthew Mercer has to also be in the werewolf story, the mecha werewolf story film adaptation. Matthew Mercer can be the Jarvis AI that's in the mechawolf suit. This is what I've decided. Anyways. Okay. This is so much more domestic than anything else I've written. Okay, why is this woman... here. Mm-hmm. For the first time in forever. I don't remember the rest of the words of that song. Nope, not there. I really only know the one song from Frozen, and I still haven't seen Frozen 2. Oh well. I only did it for the first time. I was gonna say scotch, but then I'm like, these women feel like wine. How do you spell rosé? Ah. It's got the little flip-a-doo. Okay, now we got the nice flip-a-doo. That's what those are called, right? Mountain? These women are not, like... They're not as, like, cutthroat as I intended when I started writing. They're being very reasonable about all this. What word am I trying to think of? Wasn't particularly flamboyant magic, the kind that used to get Victoria's kind burned or drowned, or out of burnings and drownings, as the case may be. Just simple enchantment. trying to think. I have almost a joke in my head. Not a joke necessarily, but like a nice way to button this. She stared at her... Oh, hey, look, I'm rewriting that. She stared at her friend. Oh, it's not gonna fit. Okay. Damn it. Yeah, where are we? Okay, let's see if we can cut a couple of words here. Because I think... Yeah. Victoria grit her teeth and forced out a laugh. Oh. Sure, that works. There's always a cut you can make. Okay, that's not entirely true, but there's usually a cut you can make. So again, this feels like the beginning of... Most of the time these little prompts turn out to be like the endings of stories. This one feels like the beginning. This feels like, you know, we're about to find some, you know, some shit, man. Some stuff's about to go down. Okay, the two women hugged, each holding each other tight for the first time in what felt like forever. Coronavirus had stolen so much time from them, but now Victoria was bound and determined to get it back. Lindsay released her with one final squeeze and stepped aside, inviting Victoria into her home. Even after so many months, it looked unchanged, locked in stasis, as if the entire pandemic had never happened. Everything except... Can I get you anything? Tea? Soda? A nice rosé? I've been saving it for a special occasion. No, that's fine, Victoria said, staring at one of the framed paintings mounted on the wall. Well, not the painting, just the frame. Suit yourself. I'm gonna have some, though. Go ahead, Victoria turned away. Hey, Lindsay, this picture frame? She poked her head out from the kitchen. Which one? Oh, that one. What about it? Oh, where did you get it? Reason I ask is... I had one just like it that went missing. You're accusing me of stealing your picture frame? Lindsay asked. Victoria looked at her hands and blushed. Of course not. It was just... Lindsay asked, sitting down on the couch with her wine. It was just what? Magic? Victoria forced out a laugh. How was she supposed to explain that indeed the picture frame was indeed just... Wait. Was indeed just that. Something... Oh. Then... I think that's better. Victoria forced out a laugh. How was she supposed to explain that the picture frame was indeed just that? It was magic. It wasn't particularly flamboyant magic, the kind that used to get Victoria's kind burned or drowned, or out of burnings and drownings as the case may be. Just a simple enchantment where no matter what you put in the frame, it fit perfectly. She stared at her friend. Did she know? Did Lindsay know the magic was real? Did she know that Victoria was a witch? And did she know how hard it was to find properly sized picture frames? I don't know! Does she? Obviously, she stole the magic picture frame. Alright. That was a little different than I normally do. That was a little, that kind of domestic, a little more dialogue than I've done before. So we're starting to branch out and do things a little differently. A little differently, not super duper differently. What you guys think? I like it. Again, I kind of want to know where this scene is going. I kind of want to see what's about to play out between these two women. And I haven't written too terribly many stories, especially I think this would be this might, is this the first of my stories on here that have passed the Bechdel test? Only took 25 of them. Oh no. It might be. I don't remember though. If it is though, oops. I'm trying. I'm trying. Okay. Well, there we go. That's number 25. We've hit a quarter of 100. Not that, that there's not like an arbitrary, like, you hit this and suddenly it matters. So, yeah. Not too bad, not too shabby, I don't think. I'm maybe looking to see, world as far as I know, no. Who's playing at the time? No. This one is almost Bechtel test, but it's just kids and some animals. Yep. Well, now I noticed that. Nothing else. Oh, I'm glad you liked it. I think they turned out fairly okay. Wonderfully, they're there. Alright. Well, I have taken up enough of your time. I think we're going to wrap up there. Little thing, at some point in the next day or so, I'm going to try and get an end screen up and running. But until then, I will say that's all I have to say. That's all I have to write. And I will see you in the next one, which will be tomorrow, because today is Saturday. So, bye-bye.